So we're going to introduce a new whiteboard today. The one that I mainly use is Miro.com, which is awesome, Miro.com. But the one that I'm going to look at today is ExplainEverything.com. Explain Everything has lots of advantages over Miro.com. I won't go into what Miro does on this video, but let's just have a look at what Explain Everything does over Miro.com. It's mainly, I would say, Explain Everything is really good for videos. I'm no expert at it at all. I usually use Miro, but we're going to have a quick look at it. So I'll get signed up and everything. So, so I'm going to join this whiteboard, which I made earlier on by muting my microphone. I'm not sure what difference it will make at the moment, but I'm doing it because I'm using my microphone for something else, and I don't want there to be any sort of issues with that. So mute microphone and join. So it looks like someone else has joined this whiteboard with me, and I can see them playing around with it at the moment. We're just investigating how this thing works. So it looks as though if you hover over an object and you scroll, then it changes the size of that object. And if you hover over, so now I'm changing the size of that object. Now with Miro, when you scroll, you zoom out the whole board. So that bit is a potential confusion if you're used to using Miro. So it looks at first, if you're going from Miro to Explain Everything or vice versa, that will be the first bit of confusion, I think. So by hovering over the object itself, you're going to make that object larger and smaller. So there will be a way of of making it so as you can zoom out of the whiteboard itself. We did this before when I played around with this. So let's have a look. See if I can work out how to do this. I'm still just changing the size of the objects as opposed to anything else. So let's have a look at some of these other tools along the left-hand side. So we've got a tool here. That's laser pointer. This is how deleting something. This is inspector. Maybe let's try inspector. No, this is grouping and stuff like that. That's not what we want. What happens if I pick just something else like a pen? Okay, now the scroll thing is not working. We've got here a magnifying glass. There you go. So if you click on magnifying glass, and then you click on the magnifying glass, now you can zoom out. Yeah. On the bottom left, the magnifying glass. Now, one of the things, and then you can reset it back to its original point where we said 100%. Now, the thing about Explain Everything that makes it one of the cool things about Explain Everything is that you have what they say is an infinite zoom. So I can make an object and I can put something else inside that object, and it will. You will be able to, you can just keep zooming in and put something else inside it. So you can, in theory, put a gigantic whiteboard that is entirely invisible when you first look at it, and then zoom in until you eventually see an entire other universe of stuff. So all that kind of thing is really, really cool, and you can imagine some quite cool videos that could be made there. So with Miro, one of the things you can do is see each other's cursors. And it seems that at the moment, I would be surprised that that's not the case here. If I put this here, can you see my cursor now? So I did see when the other person changed an object. Okay, so the way that you can make your cursor visible to somebody else is by choosing the laser pointer. And when you choose the laser pointer, one of the tools on the left, it's got like a little target. Then you click, and just like a regular laser pointer, you would point. And here's the other laser pointer there. So we've got the difference between that and Miro. You always have. So with Miro, you can always view other people's cursors and wherever they're pointing. Whereas on this, you would choose when you want to make your cursor visible to somebody else, and also if you see lots of other people's cursors and it gets confusing or something, then you won't be able to turn it off. So Miro, you have the option to view other people's cursors, whereas here you can only decide when to make your cursor visible to somebody else. So that's one difference. I think I prefer what Miro does with that to this. One of the cool things about Explain Everything is that you can record things. So we've just noticed that when you're using the cursor, when you're using the laser pointer and you zoom in, then that laser pointer is the same size as yours. So if I'm zoomed all the way out and they're zoomed in, and then my laser pointer comes across, then they might find it's just this massive circle that fills their screen, depending on how each person is zooming in or out. Another cool thing I noticed is that when you click on the zoom feature, you've got a few different icons. So it doesn't have to be the regular laser pointer. We could have a larger laser pointer, or we could even have like a hand, or we could have laser pointers. No, not laser pointers, lightsabers, which is kind of weird. And you can have different colors as well. So they're obviously just gimmicks. There's no real doesn't really matter about that. And we're looking more at functionality. So how would I actually grab an object and move it around? Well, I have to use a different function to my laser pointer. So I have to choose the select tool, or the hand tool up on the left. And now I can move things around. And now, when I hover over it, I'm changing the actual size of the object itself now. I think that's only when I've got the hand tool. That's probably when you have. I know if you have an iPad, one of the cool things with this using an iPad is you can move multiple things with multiple fingers at the same time and independently from one another. So you can imagine you had a desk with a variety of different items on that desk, and you can put each the individual pieces of paper. You can move those items around with your with your each individual fingers, or different people can move different items around. So you could all crowd around one iPad and play around with something like that. And of course, you can have your own iPad and move things around together at the same time. But I would like to be able to see people's cursors as they're doing that, which, as far as I can tell, you can't do that here. Another thing that Explain Everything has different to Miro is you can have multiple slides. So with Miro, you just have one big whiteboard, and it doesn't have an infinite zoom. It goes from 400% to something like, well, it goes quite small actually. You can zoom all the way out, and it just says less than 1% after, so you can zoom more. But then the actual pen itself for the Miro whiteboard, the finest point only goes so fine, and so once you zoom in far enough, then you can't have a fine enough pen to actually draw anything. Although you can use the text tool and make that smaller. So let's have a look at some of the pen tools on Explain Everything. Here's something again where Explain Everything is a little bit better. I can choose a pen and I can write something, or I can choose a pencil. Now the pencil's something different. So I can use, let's say, 2B, and it behaves a lot more like a pencil, which is really cool, I think. And you can have like all the different types of, well, not all the different types. You've got 6B, 2B, HB, or 7H. So if you know anything about sketching, then you can see what that is. Now, one thing I'd be interested in knowing is whether or not it's pressure sensitive, because if I zoom in here, and we'll try with different pens. My pen tablet is pressure sensitive. So with my old whiteboard software, the one before Miro, Microsoft Whiteboard, I could press hard and get a thick pen, or I could press softly and get a light pen. It doesn't look like, so this is hard and this is soft. Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it is. I don't think it is, to be honest. But let's see. No. So the pen, I don't think it's pressure sensitive. Microsoft Whiteboard is pressure sensitive. So that's one of the cool features. You can move this menu around. I can move it somewhere else. I think you can do that on Miro as well, though. And if I pick something else, there's the now the eraser tool. One thing that this does differently to Miro. Let's say if I drew a circle, like that, I can erase just a part of it. So if I just do that, and I can change the thickness of that eraser, I can change and it just rubs some of it out. Whereas on Miro, it considers a drawing to be an object. So as soon as I did that, it would rub the whole circle out. For me, it's a bit irritating, but it's not enough for me to change whiteboard. Okay, someone's got their Miro, their laser pointer zoomed all the way out there, so I saw this massive circle. So what are we've got these different types of interesting, clever erasers here. We've got erase active drawing. Let's see, erase active drawing. Right. So the one I was drawing, that I just drew, erases that, but I can't rub out anything else. That could be quite useful. Okay, and then you've got erase. Let's have a look at that again. Why it gave me a label earlier on? Oh, it's just processing. It's just okay. So, okay. So that must be erase all, and is this? Oh, it's still processing again. I don't know why that one's not. Well, and this one is. Okay, I'm not sure what the difference of those two erasers are. Okay, hang on. It looked like there was some sort of issue with the erasers just then, so I just rebooted the board. I don't know why. Because erase active drawing. Okay, I see. So it's because none of these are now active, because I think it's because I've switched tools a couple of times, and so if I just drew another circle, and then went to eraser, yeah, there we go. So now that one that I just drew is active. The other ones are not active. This one here, hang on a second. This one here, the erase all drawings, I can erase that one and that one. And now because I've switched to erase everything, it's just deactivating my active drawings, so you can no longer. Okay, all right then. What's this one then? And then it's okay. So what's this one? Oh, wait a second. I can't see. I couldn't work out why isn't it telling me what that eraser is now. I'm not sure what that one does. Erase with images. Okay. All right. So we've got an image over here. Okay, I think I know. Well, let's see what that does then. We want this one, do we? No, where's the? Oh no, I know what it was. It was down here, wasn't it? It was a zoom tool. So this is my logo, which I've copied in here. Let's see if we can actually erase part of my logo. It looks like you might be able to erase. Yeah, okay. So I can erase actual images, something you can't do on Miro. Quite useful. So this is, I think, Explain Everything is really good if you're looking for something a lot more visual and artistic. If you're going to do things like that, a lot more creative. So it's quite good for that reason. So you've got a lot more options with visual tools. Another thing, if I drew a circle, let's say, I can actually fill it in like you can on like Paint Shop. So I can just do that, and there we go. So I've filled that in there, and then I can get my hand tool and I can move it around like an object. It's also a lot easier to select objects, and then it automatically decides what things considered to be objects. So I drew all those things around about the same time, so it's automatically decided that those are one object. Whereas this, and I don't really know how to decide how to tell it which one's one object or not. Once you choose the zoom tool and you drag, then that's the same as the hand tool on Miro. So when I drag now, I drag the whole board. Okay. So then we've got shapes. Shapes are, well, that's just a rectangle. Is there anything else I can do with that? I click inspect. I can, okay, I'm not sure what that does. I can just delete it. So the shapes, I see. So you click on the little icon up there, and then you can choose bunch of there's only these few shapes. There's not that many shapes. You get a lot more shapes on Miro than that, but there you go. And now, then I can rotate it just like you can on Miro. I can change the size of it. Oh, I can change the dimensions. You can't do that on Miro with shapes. With shapes, for some reason, with some shapes you can, but other shapes you can't. You can play around with the dimensions and with a bit more flexibility with that. And we can change the border width. Oh, we can do that on Miro too. You can move, you can move that around. We already know that. And yeah, okay. All right. What else have we got? We can add. We got the text tool. Here's something quite useful. You can do square, superscript, and subscript, which you can't do with Miro. Then you can also. What does it say about stroke and fill? Not sure what that means. So, okay. Well, it's on the. So if I just start typing now. Hello. And then if I just choose, like, let's move. Can I move this? Let's just highlight that maybe. And click blue. Okay, so that changed the color. That's on fill. Oh no, that was on stroke. Oh, fill will probably be like a highlighter. Oh no, it's filling the whole box. Okay, and then you can change how transparent you want that box to be. So in other words, if I move that over there, now that's transparent. Okay, that's not too bad, I guess. Yeah. And you can also make the text itself transparent if you like. Yeah, a few more features in that area. And you can then choose, you can add other colors by clicking on plus and then finding a different color that you might want. All right. Okay. Yeah, okay. These ones, I'm not sure what this is. Oh, that just copied whatever I selected. Okay, that's interesting. I just take some. So this is quite useful because we use what is it? We use the snippet tool quite a bit, don't we? And this is basically like an inbuilt snippet tool. So I just do that, and then it's made a copy of it automatically, and then then it automatically selects the hand tool, and I can move that copy to be somewhere else. Okay. Delete tool. It's weird to have a tool that's actually just for deleting. I click on that and press delete. So strange I'm not quite sure why we'd have a tool that you can actually draw things around it and then press delete or click on the cross. Okay. And then we've got the laser point we've already seen. The inspect tool looks a bit advanced. So this is where you get to group things together. So I click on that and so that one is all one object. That's the copied one. I don't think I can ungroup that now. These ones, maybe if I click on that and then choose inspect. Oh yeah, they've still grouped them all. So I deselect all, or maybe if I could hold on to Control. No, maybe hold on to Alt. I don't know. Oh, I know. Maybe you just draw a square around it. So, oh no, that's copying it. That's not. Can you see my screen at the moment? So I'm just trying to investigate what the inspector tool does, and I can't really work that out. And then you got workspace layouts. Okay. All right then. So that's a brief intro. Let's stop the video there, and we maybe see if we can place the video inside Miro, inside Explain Everything.